Liverpool beat Everton 2-0 in a spicy Merseyside derby to stay 1 point behind Manchester City. Jules, Lampard was a bit grumpy after the game. Was he right to be?
He wanted a penalty. He said there was 2 incidents.
Well, one is just a dive. I don't know what the hell he's seen.
One is
right?
the dive.
But the other one...
I might be in the minority here, I don't know, but I don't think it was a pen, I have to say. The match
Anthony Gordon. Yeah. You don't think the second one was a penalty?
I don't think there's enough contact at all. I really don't. I don't see it.
I think it's very simple. I think you just have to throw him off. You already booked him for diving.
And I don't know. Maybe he also pays for the little reputation that he's trying to have.
I'll say this.
This is not the first time.
To me, it's either a foul or it's a penalty. And sorry, it's either a penalty or a dive, right? Yeah. And maybe you don't want to, Atwell didn't want to send a guy off for two simulations.
I just think that with VAR now, if it was really a foul, they would have given it. Do you see what I mean? I just think they were not convinced at all by the fact that it was a foul.
Yes, unlike you, I don't have boundless faith in...
No, it's not that. And Everton played like Atletico Madrid with a different shirt. Was it the right call? I'm not so sure. I expect them to go... Yeah, with a back five.
I think Liverpool's halftime expected goals were like 0.3, so you could argue it was the right goal.
It's hard to do over 90 minutes, though, clearly as the second half showed.
Well, yeah, and then you send on the cavalry, you send on, Diaz and Origi, there you go. How about that?
Exactly. Gab, on Saturday, Manchester City had destroyed Watford 5-1, which they do every season anyway, and Gabriel Jesus had scored 4 goals. I know you love to talk about recognised strikers, of course.
I'm fascinated by Gabriel Jesus because he's 25 years old. His contract expires in June 2023, which I think a lot of people have kind of missed out on. And he hasn't been offered a new one, right? All he gets is just...
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, well, fine. But, normally you would expect somebody else might show an interest in him. I think other people are looking at him and they're saying, well, what are we getting? Because when he arrived... He was presented as like a center forward.
He was.
And he was, the heir apparent to Sergio Aguero. And he actually scored a lot of goals. People seem to forget this. When he was playing centrally in Aguero's position. When he was sharing time with Aguero, obviously. His non-penalty goals per 90 minutes were like 0.77, 0.6. That's really good.
It is really good.
Then he moves him out wide. There's even talk that he could be playing right back against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Turns him into a pressing machine. I don't know. He's still 25 years, a player in there. I'm just wondering, does he know what he wants to be? Does he know what he is? And maybe that's why there's no offers for him.
Yeah.
Or that we know of.
But no, he's been linked with Arsenal this weekend. And I don't know if it's real or if it's to get a new deal at City. I don't know if he would want to leave City. I don't know if he feels like he should be playing more instead of playing in a way second.
I would hope he feels he should be playing more.
Yeah. I think if you can get it for 20 or 25 million, considering there's just 1 year left on his contract, this could be a really good deal for a very versatile player. I think he could do a job centrally. You could play him wide. I think he's a very intelligent player. He's a good boy.
I think even better, stay where you are, win the World Cup with Brazil, see if City want to give you a new deal or not, and otherwise go and become a free agent next year.
Yeah, and that's also quite the likely scenario.
A late goal from Christian Pulisic gives Chelsea a 1-0 win over West Ham, which should guarantee Champions League football next year, which is pretty huge.
Yeah.
But Jules, I have to ask, who took the uglier penalty, Jorginho or Bruno Fernandes?
Well, Jorginho, it's not even a debate. Jorginho was it's not a debate. Jorginho was one of the worst penalties you would ever seen. Bruno sent the keeper the wrong way, and then it's just a question of inches. Jorginho was terrible, Gab. Terrible. He's the slowest ball. I spoke to Fabianski after the game and I asked him,
How does that happen? Did he mishit it? Or
my question was to Fabianski was this the worst penalty you've ever saved or faced? And he burst out laughing and he said, he broke it down really well, to be fair, but he said the ball was so slow, I reckon he could have stopped it with his foot.
I think he could have dived, gotten back up, fixed himself a sandwich and saved it. That's how slow the ball was.
But Jorginho should not be taking penalties for a long time.
This game was weird to me, Jules, because West Ham are obviously thinking of Seville and the Europa League.
They had wide centre-backs.
As so they should, right? Yeah, you have this Ben Johnson and Cresswell, so you've got a left-back and a sprinter either side of Craig Dawson.
Playing for the draw, which clearly was their plan.
And Christensen... you criticized them for continuing to play Christensen. Well, he did, but he was going to.
He was going to start
again. I don't understand. Why? Why do we need to see this guy?
But we've said it so many times. He's switched off. He's not there anymore. Why don't you put Chalobah straight in? which ended up doing because Christensen
And he finally played a front two of, well, he's done it a couple times before, but Havertz and Werner together, right?
But then to put Havertz like wide on the right hand side for most of it, it was weird. And I tweeted it and I pointed out I was sat again at Stamford Bridge, close to the benches, and Thomas Tuchel sat down the whole first half for a whole hour, not moving, not giving any directions to his players, not even moaning at the referee. He's the king, well, not the king of moaning, but he moans a lot to the fourth referee, to the referee, nothing. Lethargic, not giving anything on the bench.
He's not in a good place. Obviously, his private life might have something to do with it, sell the club, whatever else.
It is.
But
I was still surprised. Even knowing all of that, I was still surprised.
On a brighter
But
spot.
they were poor. That first half was terrible.
Okay, but
they were
Pulisic, who couldn't get off the bench, and Lukaku couldn't start. Pulisic scores a goal. Lukaku comes on, put himself about. I mean,
exactly. He got the pen. They should have come on earlier for sure, but it's good. It's good. Let's hope though that now, in the next game, this get rewarded in a way. I want to see Pulisic starting now.
I said it all along that Lukaku should play, so you can assess what you have, whether he stays or goes next season. But hey, 2 wins in a row for Burnley since Mike Jackson replaced Sean Dyche. Jules, are you surprised at turnaround?
Yeah, and even if you go before, there's the draw against West Ham, so it's a draw and 2 wins in his 3 games in charge.
So it's Champions League pace.
It's crazy.
If you've been in charge at the start of the season.
It's crazy. I saw a very funny tweet. I can't remember. I'm sorry who it was from, saying that if they stay up, maybe Fulham can sell them the Michael Jackson, obviously, statue outside Craven Cottage to Burnley for Michael Jackson.
Is that still there, that statue?
I think so.
Right.
It's obviously a different Michael Jackson. We all get it.
Yeah, this is Mike Jackson.
But I didn't see it coming. And I think a lot of us were saying like, oh, timing is a bit wrong for Dyche to be gone.
Well, it's also, this guy was at the club, right?
Yeah.
So it's always
there.
a weird dynamic, I think, when you have somebody kind of move up from, generally, that speaks to the players getting tired of hearing this. He's
been there 9.5 years.
And I think Ben Mee is his assistant while also playing centre back. So I think that, I'm not saying
he's
it's a
not
play
playing now, but
you see what I'm saying? Like,
just one thing, can Mike Jackson can have his initial on his, because he doesn't have one, and it really bothers me.
They haven't found one yet.
Or maybe they don't have an M and a J anymore, but it really worries me because that's what I just have. You've got your initials and you're happy, and we know it's you, that kind of stuff.
Alan Pace, MLK Capital, sort it out. Get him that decal.
Yeah, just the initials.
Come on, man.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.